Hey, good morning. How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of It's a Matter of Fact. No, I still don't have a theme song yet. I don't know, I might have to go through some old music files I got, or whatever. So, oh man. You know, there's actually a story I forgot to tell in the last one. Because there's been a large gap in between episodes, so. But while I was, I think it was like a month ago, just about a month ago, when me and my wife went to San Diego for, I think it was like a week, 4 days to a week. And so we get there, everything's fine, and then, my wife's like, oh, let's go to San Diego Zoo, and I'm like, alright, I'm down. I think it's like the day before my birthday too, so it kind of made it worse. I don't know why, it's like when it comes down to your birthday, why is it like 10 times worse? Like if something happens to somebody, it's like, oh, like I don't know, like you trip over something and you fall. And you're like, oh, fuck. Tripped over something, fell. But it's like, if it's like on your birthday or like the day before your birthday, you trip and fall and you're like, oh my god, fucking happy birthday! I don't know, it's just like when it's your birthday, it just mentally feels worse. This is how I felt. So, we went to the San Diego Zoo. Everything was fine, everything, saw some cool animals and stuff. So, we got hungry, because, when you're at the zoo, you get hungry. And I went to go, I forgot what the place was called. It was like one of those, like, little restaurant places they have inside zoos now. And, got some food, pulled out my credit card, and the guy was like, oh yeah, can I get some ID? Can I see your ID? So, yeah, sure, man, no problem. I could not find my fucking ID. Like, I literally went to the side. I was like, yeah, hang on 1 second. I emptied out my entire wallet. It's just cards and my work ID, fuck everything all over the fucking place. Like, I'm like, Turns out somehow, some way, I lost my fucking ID. And we were already there for like, I think 3 days. 2 to 3 days already. And for the fucking life of me, I could not find my fucking ID. The entire time, I was fucking panicking. I was like, we gotta go back to the hotel. We gotta go back. We're gonna have to cut this trip short. We're going back to the hotel. Like, made a fucking beeline for the hotel. I'm sitting there thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna be stuck in the state of California. How the fuck am I gonna get back on a plane? Because you need to show your ID with the ticket. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I was like, should I call them the California, like San Diego Metro Police? All that type of shit. I called my sister. I was like, sis, I'm fucking panicking. I'm like, oh god, like I was in fucking panic mode. I was like, am I gonna be stuck here? Are we gonna have to take a bus? I don't want to fucking take a bus. It's like a 5-hour trip between California and Las Vegas. I don't want to ride a bus. And of course, that also meant like we were gonna have to cut the vacation short, because we would have to fucking leave even earlier. Then we would have to cancel our tickets, and I'm like, we spent a lot of money on these tickets. And yeah, it was full panic mode. But my wife kept her composure. Luckily, she knows how to keep calm. I don't. So she said, like, oh, maybe there's a way that they can let you on the plane, maybe. And I'm like, with what? I don't have anything. I don't have anything with my face on it. But, so apparently, and this is, of course, for anyone who happens to run into this type of issue or have in the past but didn't know what to do, is that, if you book a one-way, or I forgot what it's called. It's like, if you book a flight to and from where you're going, your name is still technically in the system because you booked a ticket to go to and from that place. So If you do that, your name is still in the system. So if there's like a situation where you lose your ID like I did somehow, and here's the weird thing, is that I had my ID on me when we got to the airport. And it was a while since we flown last, and me and my wife were like, do we need our IDs to show like our name on the ticket? Or was that like just to like get to the TSA line? And I was like, I don't remember. I was like, fuck it, I'll take my ID out just in case. And scanned her ticket, didn't look my ID. Now, so this is when my my disorder comes in, especially my ADHD. Is that after like just from like being at the zoo, like between getting back to hotel room from the zoo and the airport, between those 2 times, I have no fucking clue what happened to my ID. All I remember is taking it out, going down the ramp or whatever, and sitting in my seat. I don't fucking remember what I did with my ID after that. I don't remember if I stuck it in my pocket. I don't remember if I put it back in my wallet. Like, I don't remember shit. And it's very, very frustrating when you can't remember some of the simplest shit, like, what the fuck did I do with my ID? So, yeah, if you happen to do a two-way, I don't know what the fuck you call it, but if you're on a flight where you go to and from, your name is still in the system, so when you get to the TSA line, you have to tell them, saying like, hey, look, I don't have my ID, what can I do? And of course, my wife called ahead of time. Is that if it's under a situation like that, worst case scenario, if you have at least 2 proofs of identification, like if you have like a credit, if you have like at least like 1 or 2 credit cards, or if you have like a debit card, or like pretty much anything that states you are who you're claiming to be, if you have at least 2 to 3 pieces of identification under your name that matches the ticket, then worst case scenario, you just have to go through additional screening. So it's like you have to walk through a metal, you have to walk through the metal detector and all that. After your bags get through the X-ray, then they actually have a guy that will like physically pat you down, take off your belt and shoes and all. Like he pats you down, and he talks to you as you do. It's like, okay, I'm now going down your waist, I'm now going down your legs, like he pretty much they would pretty much take literally everything out of your bag. And then he's like, okay, if you have like any underwear or socks, he'll like rummage through he pretty much takes everything out of your bag and then goes through all your shit, basically. And then, if you're okay, then you're like, all right, you're free to go, have a good one, whatever. So it wasn't as bad as I thought, because they were making it seem like under the situation that I don't have my ID, it's like an extra 15 minutes of screening. And it wasn't even that long. I'd say like it was like an extra 5 minutes. But then again, we pack. Usually when me and my wife travel anywhere, we always usually pack light. Like we'll both just take like a carry-on bag with us, or two. I think it's like 2 carry-ons each. I think it's 2 carry-ons each. So we'll usually have like I'll have 2, she'll have 1, or I'll have 1 and she'll have 2, or we'll both have 2. But since we were only there for a couple days, we only brought like 1 each. Or technically 2, because I usually like to bring my laptop everywhere. So that happened. So yeah, if you ever happen to lose your ID and you need to get on that flight, make sure it's not a one-way. And if you have 2 proofs of ID, or usually they strongly suggest, like, if you have a credit card under your name, then it's kind of more believable, because it's like, oh, who the fuck's gonna have, like, a debit card, a credit card, and, like, a work ID and all that shit under the same fucking name. Like, who's gonna put in that much effort? So that lucked out. So that goes back to me saying, like, I was like, happy fucking birthday, Matt, you lose your fucking ID because you don't remember shit, you're dumb. So that happened last month. And I think because of the fact it was so traumatic for me, my brain just, and I didn't want to remember it until like, What reminded me? Oh yeah, because I got another ID in the mail, and I was like, did they fucking send me another copy? Because apparently what you can do now is that if you lose your ID, you can go on the website, like in your state, you can go like on the DMV website, and you can have a replacement ID ordered to you. I did not fucking know that. Because the whole time I was like, I don't want to, like, because I really wanted to get my another ID very badly. Because the last thing you want to do is like walk around with no fucking ID. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to call out of work. I'm going to have to go to the DMV. I'm going to be fucking there all day. But no, my fucking, I told my wife, I was like, there's got to be a fucking way you can, like, get an ID without actually having to fucking go back to the DMV, filling out all those forms again and all that. Like, I'm pretty like, it's 2018. Technology is, like, 10 times better than what it was, like, back in 1995. I'm like, there's got to be a way you can get a fucking replacement ID without going to the DMV. But yeah, you go on the website, you just have to fill out, you just have to type in, like, you know, a bunch of information of, like, who you are, and, well, not who you are, but, you know, you just have to type in saying, like, oh, yeah, this is my name, and, you know, you click replacement ID, and I think it's, like, it was, like, $15-20, I think, for them to send you another one, so that's not too bad. I'm like, I'd rather pay $20 and have my ID fucking brought back to me than having to go through the DMV and paying $20 for a fucking replacement. I'd rather just do it online. But yeah, apparently when I got another ID, I'm like, wait, did they send me two? I'm like, fuck it, I'll take 2 free IDs in case I lose the first one. But no, apparently they put my address down twice on the original ID that they sent me. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. So I just told my wife, I was like, here, because the fact I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my identification, you keep the fucked up one. I'll keep the one that has the correct information on. Because I think when it comes down to it, if it has your name and your face and they look at you and the face matches the face on the ID, then I don't think having the address on your ID twice is really going to matter. So yeah, that was very traumatic. And it was on my birthday, and I'm like, oh great, I'm 28. I'm already living the life of an old man. It's good. So, work has not been fun lately. Well, I mean, it's gotten better because I'm closing again. Excuse me. And it's just, I don't want to throw out any names because I'm still employed with them. But man, I'll tell you this one thing. Ever since my issue with Giant, after I fucking left that piece of shit company, it was eye-opening for me. Like, I learned so much shit. It's almost like when I'm angry at something, it motivates me to look up shit. Versus, like, if I'm not angry, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking look that up. But it's like, I'm gonna be one of those people, like, you know what, you're putting me through this bullshit, I'm gonna be an asshole and fucking learn this. Like, I feel like this is what school should do now, is that, like, just piss off your students and say a bunch of wrong shit. Say, like, Abraham Lincoln was our second president, was the first president. And kids would be like, no, it's fucking George Washington. And like, no, it's Abraham Lincoln. Like, piss them off and make them want to go learn. Saying, you're like, you know what? I'm going to fucking look up this history and I'm going to prove you wrong. Like, just working at Giant, how piece of a shit they are on how they treated me. It's like my wife even said, because my review for my at my job is coming up, and I am fucking locked and loaded. Like, I have a thumb drive just dedicated to, like, pictures and videos of meetings that I've taken. And, like, when the store's been trashed, like, I take fucking pictures. Like, guys, do this at your fucking job, especially if you're not union. Like, it's kind of worse when it's union, because, like, corporations could just do whatever the fuck they want to their employees. Because I swear, like, just being, like, a supervisor or a front-end manager, as they like to say. And here's the thing that really pisses me off, is that the only fact that they say, oh, you guys are front-end managers now, is that, so if a customer says, I want to speak to a higher-up, you can be like, no, you're the front-end manager, don't call us. Because they want to avoid fucking confrontation. And it's like, no, this is why you signed up. You're the store manager. If a customer says they want to speak to you, go fucking talk to them. This is why I couldn't be a store manager. Because if someone's like, I can understand if someone's complaining about something like legit, like, oh, a cashier is being an asshole to them, then by all the means, like, fucking call me. I'll walk up saying, hey, quit being a shithead. Customer service. You know? But if a customer's just being a complete shithead, then I'll be like, yeah, I'm the store manager, what's up? Well, cash, I think they charged me twice. I look at the receipt, they didn't charge them twice. No, they fucking charged you twice. Get the fuck out of my store. Like, I'm an asshole, so... But, I don't know, I think it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like at work, it's more easy for me to be an asshole because it's like, I'm doing this, not only as a favor to you, but you guys are paying me to do this job, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm like, if I feel like I'm being treated unfairly or doing more work than what I fucking pay for, then yeah, I'm gonna be an asshole to you. They're going to be like, oh, Matt, go in the back room and start unloading the truck. I'm like, but I'm a front manager. Like, well, we need help. I'm like, no, I'm not. Fuck you. I'm not getting paid to do that. Throw an extra 50 cents and I'll fucking do it, you shithead. But, yeah, my review is coming up and, like, I don't know if I told this in any of my podcasts, but I don't think so. Is that my last review didn't go as well as it should. Because, like, you know, the reviews originally were supposed to discuss, like, you know, where you stand in the company or the store. Saying, like, you know, hey, you need to improve on this, but you've been doing a great job on this. And then a discussion of a raise is at the end. Saying, like, all right, well, you know, you're doing a really, you know, great job. You know, people like you. Here's 15 cents raise. That wasn't the case last time. Pretty much is that they go by a rating system of like 1 point whatever. It's like 1.0 out of 5. And my last review was 2.5. And it really kind of upsetted me in a way. Because just from like the list of stuff, I still got my original review around here somewhere. But yeah, I even suggested it to my boss at the time. I was like, yeah, print that shit out. I want to keep that. Yeah, I would like a copy of all this. So I can just mark off. So I can say, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Yeah, they rated me a 2.5 out of 5. And long story short, it was like, yeah, you're a front-end manager and you basically just stand there with your dick in your hand. And I'm like, fuck you. I do work, you ass. Piece of shit. But I have a new boss now. Still the same store manager, but this boss, you know, he was he was an assistant store manager, but now he's kind of like in charge of the front end now, and I'm more on good terms with him. No, he was one of the main people. Because like after that review, I stepped down from my position. They were like, and this is another thing, is that if they ever hint to you, hey man, you got 60 days for improvement. Well, except for us, it was like 90 days. It was like, 90 days improvement, then we'll revisit the situation. Then we'll see if, if you're let go or not. Which, of course, I think is bullshit because, number one, you can't just fire me without any fucking write-ups. That's another thing. I had no fucking write-ups. So I'm like, oh, so you're just using this as a review as an excuse to fire me. So I'm like, okay, I got 90 days. I worked 60 of those days, and then I stepped down. So pretty much, and I'm pretty sure I pissed off the store manager because I found a fucking loophole in their little plan saying like, oh yeah, Matt's going to fuck up and we're going to fire him. Like, no, I'm just going to step down and be a cashier. Didn't talk to me for like a month and a half. Didn't say hi or nothing. I'm like, yeah, because I found a fucking little loophole because that 90-day shit was for Matt as the CSS, not Matt the cashier. Haha. But of course, I doubt I'll be able to get away with it again, but I think I've improved. I don't stand there like an asshole. I talk to customers. But I don't know. We'll see. Because, best believe, there has been some shit that I have seen my higher-ups doing, and every single time they do that in-the-moment coaching dumb shit, is that they'll be like, hey man, when you see a disgruntled customer, you're supposed to walk up to them and, talk to them, reassuring that we're taking care of them and all that. But whenever I'm on break, and they'll be like, okay, Matt, we're going to watch the front for you while you're on your lunch or whatever. You know, a lot of times I take my break right in the front because we have like a little bench in the opening. Because like when you first walk in, the registers and stuff are to the right. And there's like a bench on the left where the carts are. So a lot of times when I'm on my break or whatever and I know we're busy, I'll sit on that bench and fucking watch them, saying like, okay, if they're going to watch the front, let me see how they do it. They don't get in the line. They don't talk to the customers. They just stand there with their fucking radio saying, hey guys, we need to hurry this up. We need to hurry this up. Like, they don't fucking talk to the customers. And I'm like, guys get on me about not fucking talking to the customers, saying I need to be a leader. I need to do this, this, and that. But you guys turn around and you don't fucking do it. I'm supposed to set an example for the cashiers. You guys set an example for me. So yeah, I got pictures, I got video. Boy, I am ready to be an asshole. My wife's like, don't be an asshole. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be an asshole. Like, I'm going to be a professional asshole. It's going to be like, wow, Matt's really sounding like an asshole, but yeah, he's got a point. Because it's like, I know what employers are allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. Like, even even though we're not with a union, there is still some shit they technically still can't get away with. But since there's no one around to call them out on it, they still get away with it anyway. And of course, no regular employee is going to call them out on their bullshit because they're at risk of being fired or hours taken away from them and all that. But me, I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, all right, you take my hours, I'm fucking calling your boss and we're going to have a sit-down discussion about it. Because I write down all my hours too, so it's going to be like, if I get a shitty review and I call them out on their bullshit, then my hours start declining. I'm going to call their boss and I'm going to show them on my little calendar saying, yeah, see, this was before my review. These were my hours after my review. You see the difference here? So, I don't know. My wife, like when I was explaining to my wife everything I was going to do, or say if they gave me a good review, then I'm going to keep it to myself and save it for the next review. But everything I was telling them, I was like, yeah, they can't do this and all this type. I was just explaining to her everything I was going to do if the situation came up. She was like, honey, you should be a union representative. And I'm like, it's not even the fact that like I'm like, oh, I'm an employee, I know my right. I'm just like, no, it's just common sense shit. You're like no, you can't fucking do that to someone who works for you. Like, you can't fucking do that. No, that's just me. But it's getting down to the point to where I'm really sick of watching the news. Like, I can't even get on Facebook anymore without seeing some negative shit. It's like those two guys that got arrested at Starbucks. Like, Jesus Christ. You're getting arrested for waiting in a place where all you do is just fucking hang out. That's so fucking dumb. Like, you don't see kids, like, sitting around in front of a skate park getting arrested. But you get arrested for hanging out in a fucking Starbucks. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I feel like, are we in a fucking time machine? Or is this like the 1960s? Where people are like, oh yeah, we can just do whatever to black people again. You see how my voice cracked? My body doesn't even want to fucking talk about this. No, but it's like why the fuck are we still continuing to treat black people like they're not like we're superior? Like come on. We all breathe the same air. We all have the same organs. Like, chill the fuck out. Like these fucking privileged fucking white people, like chill the fuck out. Okay, you have more money, big fucking whoop. Oh, you can buy a fucking Mercedes Benz, and I gotta stick with a fucking bike. Oh, good for you. You're not fucking special. No one on this earth is fucking special. I sure is fucking special. I'm not. Like, this, and like, I'm one of those people, like, okay, say if I was in that manager's shoes, I saw two black guys come in, I'm going, okay, whatever. Like, why do people feel like they're intimidated by black guys? Or maybe it's because of, like, what I grew up around. You know, like, I've seen intimidating white guys in my life, like big fucking swole fucking dudes, and I'm thinking, like, this guy could kick my ass, but I don't think that. There's plenty of people I see that are like 10 times bigger than me, and I'm like, I'm not even intimidated by the guy. Now, if I talk shit to a guy that's fucking bigger than me, and he's about to kick my ass, then absolutely, I'll be like, okay, yeah, relax, chill out. Like I'll be intimidated. But if someone's just fucking sitting there, or even two guys, if someone's just sitting there, not making a commotion, just hanging out, doing whatever, what's there to be intimidated by? It's just two fucking guys sitting down, not doing shit. Now these two guys were going like laughing loud. Well, not even laughing loud, because people can laugh loud. Fucking, it's just laughing. But if people like rowdy, like talking shit to people as they walk in, like, hey, look at this fuckhead with the hat, piece of shit. Like, that's causing a disturbance. If they're like being unnecessary, being like all loud, talking shit to people and all, like, causing what a disturbance is, then absolutely call the fucking cops. And I also feel like the police probably shouldn't have arrested them either. Because, like, getting arrested, even if it's like a fucking misdemeanor, like, that shit follows you for the rest of your life. Like, someone could find us saying, like, oh, what'd you get locked up for? Like, what type of story is that? You go for a job interview, and, even though I know jobs probably don't do this anymore, but if it were to come up in a conversation, imagine what these guys would have to fucking say. Saying, oh, you've been arrested before. I've looked it up in your background. What were you arrested for? I was arrested for sitting at a fucking Starbucks. And imagine the look on that person's face when they hear the answer, like, the fuck? Arrested for just sitting at a Starbucks? They're like, yeah, they put it under loitering. And the guy would be thinking, who the fuck loiters at a fucking Starbucks? And it's like, it's one thing if, like, because there's, like, some businesses, like McDonald's, for example, if, sometimes, they'll have the little sign that says, you can't hang out or whatever unless you purchase food or some shit like that. But most of these fucking people that go to Starbucks is for the free Wi-Fi. So you already have people that are just fucking sitting around not doing shit, checking their emails and all that. And, nowadays people are walking around with a laptop in their hand. They could be using their phones, hook up to the fucking Wi-Fi, playing on their phones or whatever. They were waiting for someone, for Christ's sakes. And of course, the question's always going to, well, not the question, but the statement's always going to come up, if it was two white guys, that manager wouldn't have called the cops. Which is 100% true. But I'm like, unless someone is in my face starting shit, then it shouldn't be under intimidation. Someone just sitting around not fucking doing nothing, there's nothing to be intimidating of. Like, I don't know why some of these, like, uppity white people are, like, just intimidated by some black guy just sitting or standing there. Like, okay, it's a regular guy just standing there. Maybe it's because of the fact the way I was brought up and was taught, maybe I don't understand. Because if a big black guy sits next to me on the bus, I'm going to be like, oh, what's up, man? Whatever. And I continue listening to my music or whatever. I'm not going to be like, oh, I need to move a seat. Now, if a black guy happens to sit down and starts talking shit to me, saying like, oh, what's up, you piece of shit, then we're going to have a problem. But like I said, if someone's like intentionally starting shit with either one or creating disturbance, then by all means call the fucking cops. But if someone's just fucking sitting there not doing nothing, leave them the fucking alone. But I feel like the cops shouldn't fucking arrest them. They should have at least brought him outside and was like, hey man, what's going on? We got this call about you, what's up? And the guy'd be like, fucking, because it ain't like those two guys said, get off me, get off, starting shit. They got placed in handcuffs and you're like, alright, whatever. just like, oh, whatever, okay. Like, I feel like, they were calm about the situation. So the cops should have at least, instead of sticking them in the police car, if they were calm, since they were calm about it, bring them outside, say, hey man, we got this call, what's up? And it's like, oh, I don't know, like, we're just hanging out, and then next thing we know, you guys show up. Oh, okay. Then, one of the cops, stand with them, Another cop goes inside saying, hey, why'd you call us? Man, they're loitering. Okay. Go back outside. Hey guys, they said you were loitering. Well, first reaction would be like, well, it's a Starbucks. We're meeting someone here. So you guys are just meeting someone here? Yeah, they're supposed to be in like 10, 15 minutes. Okay. Takes off the handcuffs. Saying, ma'am, or sir, or whoever the manager was, they're waiting for somebody. Have a good one. Get in the cop car, drive away. That's how the situation should have been handled. I feel like they shouldn't have gotten locked up. I don't know if they got locked up or anything, but based on what I read, they were arrested, quote unquote, which is fucking stupid. Just fucking dumb. People are panicking over baby shit. Like, we have more important fucking shit in this world to, like, worry about than two black guys sitting in a fucking Starbucks. No, that's just me. It's just, we're like, a lot of these people are whining over baby shit when it doesn't really need to. I don't know. That's just me. But my thing is that why are, like, I don't know if a lot of these people are, like, mentally retarded or just flat out dumb, or maybe just don't even care. But, like, people shouldn't be doing what they're doing now. Like, you'd be surprised on how quick people get exposed and shit. Like, nowadays, everyone's walking around with a fucking camera on them. Like, fuck, what was it? I don't remember but it's another fucking Starbucks thing. Where about, what was it? It was like, a black guy was going to order something, but he wanted to get the gate code to use the restroom first. And whoever that lady was denied him. So he sat there and waited for, like, the next person to come out. And it was a white guy. And he said, like, hey, man, like, did they give you the code before you ordered? He was like, yeah. So he brought the dude over saying, like, oh, why are you going to give this guy the code before he orders and not me? And then, she started just flat out saying, you can't record me here. I'm at work. You can't record me here. I'm going to call the cops. I'm just... Nowadays, everyone has a fucking camera. And you're going to get exposed. And I feel like people that pull this type of shit, like, especially stuff that goes viral like that, like, how can you go to sleep the next day like a baby, knowing that your face is, like, plastered all over the internet, all over the news, of you being a piece of shit? Like, how do you continue to live your life like that? That's what I don't understand. Like, everyone's got a camera now. If you're about to pull some really stupid shit, like, be ready that someone, like, not even the person that you're having a confrontation with, but someone around you is going to pull out a fucking phone and start recording it. And then posting it on Facebook. Especially if it's racist type shit. Racist shit immediately goes viral. Like, I don't know. Like, I truly think some of these people just don't fucking care. Like, even when, like, you see videos of, like, someone clearly taking their phone, somehow they manage to get it back and fucking post it. Or even if you confiscate someone's phone or camera or whatever, someone else they know realizes that you're a piece of shit and they fucking upload it. Like, if you're doing, like, some really racist or fucked up shit to someone, and you pull your camera out, just fucking stop. Like that, other fucking, what was it? It was, like, Texas or something? I don't remember where it was. But it was, like, this, white lady and her son talking shit to, two military women. One of them was pregnant, and they were making racial slurs and shit like that. And As soon as her friend or whatever pulled out the phone, the woman went crazy and started smacking her and punching her. But she wanted to show how much of a piece of shit this lady was. But of course, as soon as that phone pulls out, you make the situation worse by throwing punches and shit at a pregnant lady at that. And she got locked up for it. And they're no longer, her or her son are no longer allowed in that restaurant. All because they didn't like the way that the lady parked in the parking lot. Now, the first comment should have been like, you know, I think, what did the article say? It was like, I don't know. I think it was like they immediately just started with like slurs at them. And then it just escalated by the time they got in the restaurant. Now, I don't drive, but if someone like happens to take my parking space or, you know, does something to me, I'm going to be like, hey, piece of shit, fuck you. I'd leave it at that. I'm not just going to follow them into the same restaurant that I'm going into and continue to talk shit. Unless they continue, you know, to talk shit back to me. Then it's going to be a back and forth thing. But I'm not one of those people that just continuously goes up and continues to talk shit and all that. You know, if I feel like, if I just want to say, hey, fuck you, I'm going to end it there. I'm not going to keep going after someone unless, you know, they escalate it more. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm really going to have to fucking lay it into this guy. Saying, hey, you're a piece of shit, fuck you, fuck your mom, and, you know, all that type of shit. Because it's like, if you escalate to a certain point, especially if it's like racist type shit, you know the other party is going to pull out their phone and start fucking recording you. Like, we're in this day and age where you shouldn't even be surprised anymore. If you're saying some really fucked up, especially racist type shit, don't be surprised if the black man or a black woman pulls out their phone and starts like recording you. Because then not only are you going to look fucking crazy, but then, like, you know, you start trying to, like, hit them and all that. They also got that, and then most likely you're going to get locked up. Like, I don't know. Now, I'm not saying, like, I'm bashing white people or anything like that, but I'm just like, keep it to your fucking self, man. Like, I understand freedom of speech is important and all that, but it's like, there's just some shit you don't say. You know? Like, there's just some shit, like, keep it to your fucking self. Like, if you don't like Latinos, like, don't go around saying, like, with a megaphone, I hate Latinos. Like, don't fucking do that. Don't do that. Don't make everyone else's life miserable because of your opinion. That probably wasn't even your opinion to begin with. Your folks or parents or grandparents fed you that bullshit, so now you think that. Like, I don't know. It's just me. Like, there have been there's been plenty of times, because I've grown up in the hood. I've went to schools where I was like the only white kid there. There have been at least 3 times in my life growing up, I've gotten my ass kicked solely because of being white. Am I a racist? No. I remember the first time I got beat up. Well, not beat up, but like I got punched in the stomach. And, you know, I remember it was middle school. Me and my friends were in the classroom. We just got back from lunch. And this one kid in my class, nonchalant, makes a beeline towards me. I look up, boom, punch to the fucking gut. I fall to the floor, gasping for air. I'm like, everyone's around me like, what the fuck did you do that for? It was like, because he's white. And kid walked off and sat down. Nothing came in my head. I'm like, why did this kid just fucking punch me? And it kind of blew me away that he said that. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm, what? Like, my brain couldn't fucking process that. Then, of course, you know, phone call to my mom and all that. But, you know, long story short, it was mostly his dad worked for like a family or some shit at a store or some shit owned by a white guy. And that white guy was treating his dad like shit. So then he, yeah. That's how that transpired. But yeah, that goes back to me saying in the beginning, like, because of that, did I automatically think, oh, because of that, I hate black people? No! Shit happens. Hey, I'm sorry, that kid's dad had to go through that shit. And should that situation been handled like that? Absolutely not. But it's like, don't let like one fucking thing that either you or your parents went through be the whole reason why you don't like someone because of what they look like. That's my thing. There's been plenty of opportunities where it should have been like I should have been a racist, but it's like, no. Because I wasn't taught. I wasn't brought up that way. My mom was like, hey, you're going to see people different than you. Some, like, when you go to school, there's going to be people that don't look like you. Don't be an asshole. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, treat people how you want to be treated. And it's like, you can't even tell white people that now. Or not all white people. Just the ignorant ones. Because whenever you put them in that situation, they're like, well, why are you treating me like that? I don't know anymore. It's like, it's 2018. Like, just stop. Because you're going to get exposed. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Everyone's got one. I don't even know what's even going to happen anymore in this world. Like, we're bombing a fucking... I try my hardest. I try my hardest not to get political. But it's like, with Trump, I can't fucking help it. It's like, you're using weapons on your own people. So, we're going to use our weapons on you so you can stop using weapons on them. Like, hey, stop throwing grenades before I throw a grenade at you. I don't know. This world's just crazy. Like, it makes me want to go back in time and relive my childhood. I feel like my childhood, the world was more... Or maybe it's because I didn't know that much about the world. Maybe that's why I want to be young again. Because I'll let you know right now. I've been out of school for almost... Actually, yeah, I've been out of school for 10 years. I graduated in 2008. I feel like I've learned more shit in the 10 years I've been out of high school than, like, the 12 years I've been in school. I've learned way much more shit. About, like, not, like, life. Like, everything I learned between 10th and 12th grade, I've already forgotten. I don't remember shit I've learned. And schools, like, really need to change for the better. Not just flat out just change, because then you can throw anything, like, or give teachers guns and all that type of shit. Because best believe, if teachers had guns when I was in school, I probably would have gotten shot. Because if you guys remember on one of my videos on my second channel, where I had an issue with my keyboard teacher, I'll give you the short version of that story. And it pretty much, as my therapist said, talk to yourself. And that's another thing. I feel like people that don't have disorders should do this too, because if you just, it's like one of those things where someone bumps you in the middle, like, you're walking down the street, someone bumps you, you choose not to have a confrontation with that person, you just keep walking, but you turn like a little bit to the side, you look at them as they're walking away, you're like, fucking asshole. And you kind of like don't worry about it for the rest of the day. I feel like everyone should do that. Get out of your system. Because if you hold it in, especially if someone like that has a disorder like me, if I hold it in, I'm just going to fucking explode on the next person that like does something. So I just let it out. So I was already in a bad mood and all that type of shit. But yeah, pretty much short version of that story is my keyboard teacher, saying, I'm going to get security. And I was like, fine, do it, bring it, whatever. I don't care. Get security, I don't care. Then, it was like, say it to my face. And of course, automatically as a teacher, you're like, I don't get paid enough of this bullshit. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, you want to... I was like, you could have just took the high road, called security, and left me alone. But instead, you want to go down my route. And I was like, all right, I'll go. Because I'm pretty sure, or at least the teachers and at my school probably never had, like... They probably have had confrontation with a student, but probably not to the point to where they felt like they were going to get their ass kicked. Like she did. Even though, I wasn't going to plan on hitting her. I was just going to prove to, I don't know. I guess like when I was a kid, some people thought that like, I don't know. When people think that they're big shit, I'm always one of those people that's like, no, you're not big shit. You're a regular ass person just like the rest of us. So at a very young age, I was already like that. So yeah, when she was like, say it to my face, I'm like, all right, I'll get in your face. You're not tough shit. Got in her face, and, I did the fucking WWF rock shit. I was like, bring it. In her face, I was like, bring it. Turned around, sat down, everyone in the class, oh! Then, of course, the very next day, I want to press charges unless he apologizes to me. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Because I tell you right now, as soon as the judge says, because, or at least with teachers, they're supposed to read about every single student, especially if you have, especially in the special ed program that I was in. You're supposed to look up on, like, if you have any kids in your class with special needs. She didn't fucking do that. So, I already know. As soon as the judge said, like, were you aware that this child was a special needs student? No. Case dismissed. So, I'm like, whatever. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, schools need to be a lot better. They should have therapists there. Or at least in my opinion. Like, counselors are cool, but I feel like they should at least have a therapist. But, of course, I already know if they have, like, a licensed trained therapist, they're going to be like, it's too much fucking money. Too much fucking money. But they should have therapists there at least. Someone that they can fucking talk to. Because some people don't want to... Like, some kids don't want to talk to their parents about this shit. They don't. No one wants to... Some people don't want to tell their parents, like, hey, a kid's beat me up at school. No one wants to do it. Like, make schools better, I feel like in the 12th grade, they should teach kid how to do taxes. Instead of thinking about college. Like, yeah, as soon as you graduate, go to a school, give them a bunch of money that you don't have, and then pay it off. But you'll be a doctor. You'll have no money, but you'll get to be a doctor. Like I didn't know how to fucking file taxes. My folks were like, yeah, just go to H&R Block. By the way, never go to H&R Block. They're fucking expensive. They charge the shit out of you. Like, back when I was working at Giant, I didn't get shit back in taxes. And my mom, my mom, God rest her soul, but because of the fact that she knew the woman at H&R Block, she was getting discounts. No, the fuck she was not. Because my sister did my mom's taxes before, and she compared it to when the lady at H&R Block did her taxes. My sister was like, what the fuck? Mom could have been getting way much more money. This lady's been fucking with her. And I'm thinking to myself, well, fuck, that means I got fucked too. God damn it. But, yeah, schools should, they should teach you, just get ready for life. Teach you how to, file taxes. Teach you how to, pay rent. Just how to pay bills, too. I didn't learn how to I kind of knew how bills worked, but I didn't know how to pay fucking bills until I met my wife. Once we moved in together and all that, I didn't know about fucking bills. I didn't know shit. Because I had my fucking mom do everything. You'd be surprised how many times I forgot to pay my fucking cell phone bill when I actually had one. I mean, I don't know. I used to take DC Metro a lot when I was younger, so it's like I always had to make sure I had enough money so I get to work. So that was kind of a bill. I knew how to pay responsibly because I'm like, oh, if I don't have any money on this, I'm fucking stuck wherever I am. I feel like school should be at least a little bit better. It just kind of sucks that at the end of the day, it's always down to money. And it's like, oh, if your kid doesn't learn much in school, they're going to either be a bum or fucking kill a bunch of people. I don't know, that's... And it's like, you don't know what's going through these kids. And of course, I'm always sick of hearing these reports when a kid shoots up a school saying like, oh, people noticed this like 3 days before, like, they knew this kid was like planning something, like, oh, we knew this kid was planning something. I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't you do anything about it? You dumbass. You could have saved lives. Oh, this kid made a Facebook status before shooting up the school. Okay, then why didn't you do anything? Oh, and of course this kid was expelled. So that's a red flag right there. Maybe before you expel this kid, you should be like, okay, why am I expelling this kid? Oh, he's beating up a bunch of kids for no reason. Oh, okay, so let's do a background check on this kid. Okay, something's mentally wrong with this kid. Okay, so we need to take steps before expelling him, then expel him. When someone cooks, do you just throw the food on a fucking plate and say, all right, here, dinner served? Or do you actually prep the meal? I'm sick of hearing these reports saying, oh, we knew something was going on, but we couldn't confirm it. Okay, then why did you just automatically assume then? I feel like nowadays you can't even assume shit anymore. I don't know. I love the fact that I said here at Matt the Funny Man, we usually try not to get too political, but I feel like this entire episode of the podcast was all political. Oh man! But see, this is the point of the podcast: is I speak my real opinion on certain stuff, and my advice to the world is stop being dumb. And the fact that you have, and believe me, I have the paperwork to back it up, a mentally retarded person telling you that should mean something. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. Stop being dumb. But, I think this about, I don't know, wraps it up for me unless something else happens, and then I'll post another episode. But, other than that, nothing else really. So if you guys want to, feel free to smash that like button. Okay. No, seriously. If you like what I'm doing here, by all means, hit subscribe and ring-a-ding-ding that belly bell. Or, it's up to you. Feel free to click any of these other things I have across the screen. You know? Oh, look at that playlist. That's a good playlist. Or, oh, what about this one? That one's nice. You know? No, they're all playlists. Endless fun for you. Anyway, guys, this has been another episode of It's a Matter of Fact, and I will see you guys next podcast. Have a good one, guys.